Just recently, Dustin Poirier declined to fight Tony Ferguson due to not coming to terms with the UFC. Dana White, the Dana White's Contender Series post-fight press conference said that Dustin Poirier negotiated himself out of the fight.
Listen, I like Dustin. I'm not going to sit up here and say anything negative about Dustin. He's a great kid. You know, I don't know if it was he didn't want to fight in Abu Dhabi or what his deal was. He didn't want to fight. If you don't want, there's a lot of different ways to turn down a fight. Negotiating yourself out of one is one of the ways you can do it. So for whatever reason, he didn't want to take this fight. Only he knows that.
Mike Bond from MMA Junkie commented on an Instagram post saying, Dustin Poirier tells me via text message that this is unequivocally untrue. I do want that fight, simple and plain. I want to fight Tony. I like the matchup. Dustin Poirier would follow up on his Twitter saying, I want the fight.
Then when it comes to the session, and when we look what we see. Let's go.
Michael Bisping on the Believe in Me podcast gives his thoughts on Dana White booking Khamzat Chimaev 2 fights.
Khamzat Chimaev is his name, and he had 2 fights on Fight Island. Very, very impressive. And now Dana White, and this has never been done before. He's booked him for 2 fights. 2 fights in a row. So he's fighting in a couple of weeks or a few weeks. Harrington, maybe clear up what I'm saying here. He's fighting against Gerald Mearchart in a few weeks. And then also he's fighting Damian Maia on Fight Island. And after the Contender the other night, some of the press were asking Dana, saying, you know, what gives? How come you're doing that? And he's like, this guy's been so impressive. He wants to fight, you know, and I believe in him. I think he's going to be victorious and all the rest of it. So Gerald Mearchart, he's come out. He did an interview with Helwani. You know, I understand it. He feels a little disrespected. He feels like, you know, they think Khamzat is just going to walk through him, and of course he wants to play the spoiler, but that should give Gerald a ton of motivation, because I'd feel the same way if I was booked to fight someone and he had another fight booked a few weeks later as well with the same promotion. I'd be like, mother. But that's just going to fuel the fire. But a rather unprecedented move, but it's exciting. I like it.
Guys. You're fine. Say what's up. Say hi. Come on, Trump Nation. From Trump Nation. Ali, Justice, say what's up. Trump Nation in the house. Hey.
Daniel Cormier on the DC and Helwani show speaks on Dustin Poirier not coming to terms with the UFC.
Well, you've watched him from the very beginning, right? Remember Dustin Poirier in WEC? Remember Dustin Poirier in his first UFC fight when he was a massive underdog against the guy. I can't remember the guy's name. It was a hot prospect. Dustin's first UFC fight.
Josh Grispy.
Josh Grispy, right? Remember Josh Grispy was supposed to be the man. Dustin beat him up, and then you see his ups, you see his downs, you saw him become a champion, you saw him lose to Habib. You see him come back and beat Dan Hooker in the way that he did. You know what you get when you get a Dustin Poirier fight, right? You know it's going to deliver. So I think it's a matter of what he wants. You know, this is a guy that's a former champion. And for a long time, Ariel, making 300 grand was usually what challengers got paid for titles. So he's making fair money, I believe, decent money. But I think if I had to guess, it would be more about not win, show. It'd be more about what am I making, right? I'm certain if they give Dustin 400 grand, 500 grand flat, he'll be fine with that, right? I just think that a lot of guys now, or a little bit, they might be a little bit like done with the win and show.
I'm home. I need your help. Sometimes people try to act like they're super smart. Sometimes it's just smarter to say, I don't know. And with this voting stuff, I don't know. And I need your help. Don't give me a bunch of bias, a bunch of saying. I need to see some government sites. I need to see something that's real, not a bunch of your side, this side. I'm so confused. And I don't know who's right. I'm just saying I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know. But I do know my ancestors died for the right for me to vote. So I need to vote, and I need to know who am I voting for and why, and please help me.
And Angela Hill at the UFC Vegas 10 post-fight press conference speaks on a split decision loss to Michelle Waterson.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I keep ending up in this position where, like, I put my all into, you know, getting the finish and to getting the decision, and it just doesn't go my way. I definitely felt like I did more damage in the fight. I knew I lost the third round because I couldn't get up. And I felt bad about kicking her in the face, but I was aiming for the chest. And then the fourth, I kind of didn't go forward enough. I was worried about the takedown a little too much. And then the fifth, I finally said and went forward and did everything that I should have done in the fourth round. And I still didn't get that fifth round, so it sucks. It was close. I felt like this fight was a lot closer than the Gedalia fight when it came to just like strikes landed, just because she was landing some push kicks to the face and a couple like side kicks when I was hesitating. So I thought this fight was closer than the last one, but I tried to blitz her. I felt like I did way more damage, and it sucks that I'm on the losing end again. I got to start taking down and hugging them more.